The meeting room, the meeting room, the meeting room.
Hiya, nice to meet you. Do you want me to talk to the camera or just to you? Okay. I'm Sophie. Well, they say I'm the most important person at the agency, and I hear that every week. It's a silly thing people say to make themselves feel better before asking me to book them a meeting room or to help them return some Amazon packages. If it was true, I'd actually have the face of a white man in his 50s. There's lots of small talk in this job. I've really heard everything because people go into like an autopilot. It's like a screensaver of mundane chat that just appears when they see me. But as the face of the company, I have to listen and nod. I should probably do improv actually, because I'm the queen of yes and. I'm good at my job, but sometimes slip up and show them my real personality. Rob, the founder, he's actually really nice, but he always perches himself on my reception desk like he's ordering a round of drinks whilst waiting for his guests to arrive. There was this one time a lady came for a meeting and it had been raining. She was soaked right through, and Rob told me just before she arrived that I was to take her wet jacket and offer her a cup of tea. When she came in, she looked fucking terrible, like the guy at the end of Shawshank Redemption after he crawled through a tunnel of shit. I took her jacket and made her a tea, but I could tell from the look on his face that I'd ruined his big greeting moment because I just found the whole thing so funny and burst out laughing when she came through the door just dripping wet. He still called me the face of the company and said I was the most important person at the agency because those were his lines. That's the ones he'd been practicing. But it was all for nothing because I actually saw the email a few days later saying that they'd decided to go with another agency. I don't think it was my fault, but you never know. Sometimes things happen in front of me that even shock me. One time we had this client arrive, or there were two of them arrived at the same time, and they both worked for different brands. I won't say which ones, but they must have known each other because it felt a bit frosty. They started chatting, and after a few minutes, one just punched the other in the face, and there was blood and everything. And I was in the kitchen making them both a coffee, and by the time I came back, one of the guys who works here had stepped in and calmed them down, but I still gave them their coffee. People talked about it for weeks, but whenever I see either of those clients walk through the reception now, I have to smile and say hello and pretend it never happened. I see most of the emails that go to Rob and the other senior guys in charge as I'm sort of their PA. Even though my job is front of house, well, that's what it said on the LinkedIn job post 5 years ago. Front of house is a funny title actually. It's like this place is a high-end spa. The HR woman who shared it, the LinkedIn post, only had about 20 connections, and one of them tagged me, so I got the job. I quite like the PA side of the job. I get to read all their emails. Sometimes I think they actually forget that I can see them. It's always one of three things: money, client fuck-ups, and who is to blame. You know how Tesco knows when you're pregnant before you do based on your shopping habits? I feel like that sometimes. I hear everything. I know everything about their lives, the shit I could tell you. It's like I get to read their journals every day. I know who's cheating, who's looking for a new job, who hates who's getting fired. We're back in the office this year. I'm back full time, but most only come in 2, maybe 3 days a week. It's never Monday, never Friday. Those days I can go an entire workday only speaking to Amazon delivery drivers and a couple of the staff who hate working from home. I love Mondays and Fridays. I always thought I was a people person, but turns out I thrive on the quiet days. Did I say I've been here 5 years? I've seen this place change. I don't know what it was like before COVID, but sometimes the office feels like a house party at 4 a.m. There was a great party a few hours ago, but now it's only got a few people left and they can't quite let go of the fact that most people have gone home. This year has been hard for the agency. There's fewer new clients walking through the door and there's fewer names for me to remember. The first year of COVID, they grew by 30 people and it was crazy. I was in charge of all the virtual onboarding, even though I just started. But things have slowed down a lot. I know they've let a few people go over the summer. They have a list of people actually they want to get rid of this year, and I've seen it. We stopped doing leaving dues, actually. It's just emails now thanking them for their hard work. If they're lucky, they'll get a voucher or a hamper, which is my job to actually sort. There was always a rush of emails from their teammates stressing about who's going to pick up the extra work. It all gets very stressful. Most people are nice, though. A few of the guys do creep me out. It's always the married ones with pictures of their kids on their desktop, but I just tell them to fuck off. And I tell the new starters to come and talk to me if they ever feel uncomfortable. I don't go out for work drinks that much anymore, but I know shit still goes on. Not much has changed, or maybe it has. Most people with a job like mine have big ambitions outside of work. The girl before me left to be an artist. A friend of mine a few blocks away is a voiceover artist and a brilliant singer. I'm still figuring out what I want to do. I turn 28 next year and I'd love to have my shit locked down by 30, but who knows? I actually thought about pottery classes. I watch those girls on TikTok who make these beautiful vases and they wear dungarees looking all sexy. I think, do you know what, that looks fun. I could see myself in Brighton or Margate, a little workshop in the garden making cool teapots. But it's not all gloom and doom. I'm happy. I do have a few mates here, Tara, Tom, Hannah. They smoke, which is why I see them more than the others. Most people are nice. Most people are happy to chat. I've learnt not to get too close to people though, because they disappear quickly, sometimes overnight. My face has learnt to smile when I'm working. Even on the phone I smile. My mum always says that they can hear the smile. I mean, I smile when I hand over bad news. I smile when I read things I shouldn't. I smile when people talk down to me. And as the face of the company, the most important person here, God forbid I didn't look happy. A face that smiles and says nothing. 5 years in, I've realised this. The agency doesn't really run on awards or clients or pitches. It runs on secrets. And I'm the only one here who hears them all.